And now, from Glasgow.
So hi there, welcome to issue 126 of the Eddie Stobart, the top rear side rails. Now, I have an ever so slight problem, and it's all my fault, and that's my planning. Now, as you are watching this on the 27th of March, the new issues for issue 127 to 30 would have come last week. However, I'm actually not coming home until the end of next week. So I planned it all wrong, which means I can't get the issues out. So there will be a 1 week delay, a 1 week break on the Eddie Stobart. We will return on the 8th of April with issue 127. I do apologise, like I say, I've tried. I was so far behind and I was catching up, and I just did a little bit too much catch up. The interesting thing is we are almost built. Our next issue on the 10th of April will see me 7 issues behind, but only 6 issues left to go until the build is completed. You kind of get that smell of it's almost finished, with the working on the trailer and that. I don't think we're too far behind. Anyway, let's crack on and let's get this built. So these are the parts that we receive in this issue. Now, I'm sorry, I'm going to say this. I have seen a couple of moans in the Eddie Stobart Facebook group about not an awful lot, not worth the money. To quote this quote again, let me just move my camera because that's skew whiff. To quote Building with the Boys, it doesn't work like that. Some issues you're not going to get quite so much. Some issues you're going to get, some issues you get less, some issues you get more. Personally, if you're going to have to price it on a per issue basis, I don't think this is too bad for what you get. But I didn't hear anybody complain when we got the cab. I didn't hear one person say, whoa, that's an awful lot of issue. Maybe they should have cut the cab in half and given it to us in 2 issues. So you've got to realise you're paying a total price over many weeks. And it's just that some issues you won't get so much, and some issues you'll get more. And if you're going to complain about how little we get, why are you choosing this issue to complain about it when there's other issues where we got a lot less? Namely, when we did details in the cab. So yeah, it's you're buying the whole issue, you're buying the whole build, not just 1 or 2 issues. Anyway, complaining over, we have received 2 parts plus the screws. We have got the top right rear rails, which are these pieces. You would have seen these in the last issue. One thing I'm a little bit confused about, these are the same pieces, but this one's got a 1 on it and this one's got a 2 on it, but they are actually identical from what I can see. And if we compare them to last week's build, these have both got a number 1 on them, and again they're exactly the same. Don't understand why, but these are actually listed as the same part. We also get top rear right side rails, connectors, sorry. And these are these 2 pieces, and one is listed as got an A1 on it, and one has got an AB. It's either an AB or an A6 on it. Everything is metal, and we're going to do exactly the same as we did last week. We're going to pop 2 rails together. We're going to pop the connector in there like so. I'm going to place it both ways to see if it fits better one way than the other, and I don't really know. Yeah, possibly that way. Right, so we are going to get our screwdriver, and we are going to, from the other side, probably best just to put one connector in first, and then I think I'll do the outermost screw on that one. That's a little bit stiff, but that's going in fine. And then what I'm going to do is connect the other end of the connector like so. So these are now held together. We've still got 2 screws to pop in, but it just saves all that flapping around. There we go, guys. There we go, that's in. So we've just got those 2 screws to do. Third screw going in. And the 4th screw. Lovely job, that's in. These screws don't feel very flush today. Not like the other one. That's better. Yeah, there we go. They just feel a bit better. Right, okay, so I'm going to get a cut and we'll do the next part. Okay, so I've turned this over, and this is actually going to be the rear of the truck. So that means that the next piece, the piece that we did last week, wants to go onto this side. And you see I've just still got the label I made on it, top front right. So what we're going to do is we're going to get our second connector. Just going to give that a quick dry fit, and that is not there we go. Make sure you get them the right way round. So I'm just going to connect that connector on there with my 2 screws. I know I've done it a slightly different way from the previous rail. There we go. One in there like so. And I'm going to have a problem in a minute because we are going to connect this to the trailer. There we go. So what I'm going to do now is, with my screwdriver ready on the screw on the screwdriver, I'm going to place these 2 together, and I'm going to put this end one in. Doesn't make a massive difference what order you do them in, but I just think it will hold a little bit with, well, you've only got 1 screw in, pop the end one in. Okay. Oh, struggling today. There we go. So that's in, and both of the rails look level. It just seems a bit weird that I've got 1, 1, 2 and 1. I could have had it the other way round too, but there you go. So that's my big rail. Let's do a zoom out. There we go, and that's the length of it. Coincidentally, it's the same length as the trailer, which I'm now going to have to go and get, and for the next stage. I'll see you in a moment. Okay, so I've got my trailer on as best I can. Unfortunately, due to the size of the camera, I can't get both ends in. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to skip the second part, the first part, which is what we're going to do is we have 2 connectors on the end, and we have another one on the other side. And what we're going to do is we're going to just pop those onto there, that bar on there, and then we're going to screw it in from both ends. So because I can't get the other one onto the camera, I'm just going to do that off camera, and then I'll see you when I've done it. Okay, so I've actually connected one end, which is that end down there, and this end is going to be connected exactly the same way, and that is, oops, I've just turned my camera around. Sorry guys. So on this end here we have this connector there. It's pretty much the same as these connectors, but it's actually attached to the doors, and we're just going to offer that up there, and then we're just going to pop in two of the screws. Pop the first one in like so. That's in nice, beautiful, beautiful. Absolutely happy with that. We have one spare screw, so don't panic if you lose one. Do panic if you lose two. There we go. That's absolutely perfect. So now, one thing I've often talked about is structures of boxes. Now, when we built this trailer, we had one side of a box, which is the flooring. Then we built up the front and the back, so that became quite wobbly because we only had three sides of the box. We also had this, which is quite wobbly. This is the bar going across the middle. And I was quite confident we were going to do something with this, because as you can see, this what looks like screw holes. But actually now we've added another side of the box, and this is actually quite rigid. You'd be surprised how rigid it is. And I'm confident that I'm guessing the next couple of issues we're going to build the other side up. And what that's going to do is that's going to go up. I don't know if you can see that middle bar move. Keep an eye on this bar. When I pull these, the front and the back of the trailer, can you see that kind of stands to attention a bit? And I can also see some screw holes there. So it's my guess that what we're going to do, and this is only speculation, I don't know this for certain, we're going to be building two more of these. That will probably take two issues. And then what we'll do is we've got these connectors here, which coincidentally lines up with the holes in the middle there. And I suspect we'll be putting some struts across. That will then tighten this up, and that will effectively give us fourth side of a box. And of course we've got our trailer, our curtain sides, which I'm only speculating how this is going to go on. I can't even speculate that. Nope, can't even see how that's going on. At this particular stage, no idea. Yep, I think we're going to be hooking. Oh, do you know, I really don't know. I really don't know, guys. But there's only one male. But yeah, it's going to go on something like that, and I think that'll look really nice. There may even be the connectors might actually keep this spaced out. Right, so a little tip for you. It's not an exciting tip. So these curtains, which they have expressly said to us, do not fold. By the nature of this, they are exactly the same length as a trailer. So why not use that trailer to keep them flat? So guys, that's it for me. So I will see you in 2 weeks. Remember, not 1 week. I am ever so sorry about my miscalculation for doing the catch-ups. And let's say, I don't know what's coming in the next issue because I haven't received it at the time of filming, but I suspect it is the bar that goes this side. So you will see the trailer again in a couple of issues. So take care, guys. Have a wonderful fortnight.